Football has always been defined by rivalries, not just between clubs, but also between players who symbolise the power, passion, and unpredictability of the game. In the modern Premier League landscape, the fixture between Arsenal and Manchester City has risen to become one of the most anticipated matches, representing more than just 3 points in a league season. It has evolved into a battle of philosophies, tactical blueprints, and individual brilliance. With Mikel Arteta's Arsenal ascending in both quality and mentality, and Pep Guardiola's Manchester City remaining the gold standard of English football, the upcoming clash is set to define the trajectory of the Premier League title race. At the centre of this encounter lies a fascinating subplot: Victor Gyokeres versus Erling Haaland. Both strikers embody contrasting approaches to the game, yet share a singular mission: to lead their teams to glory by scoring decisive goals. Haaland, the towering Norwegian with his ruthless efficiency in front of goal, has rewritten the records of English football since his arrival at City. Gyökeres, meanwhile, has become Arsenal's new talisman, a striker who brings energy, pressing power, and a relentless hunger to make the difference in high-stakes matches. The question, then, is not only which team will prevail, but also which striker will leave the more profound imprint on the contest. Will it be the polished machine of Haaland, who thrives in a City side designed to funnel chances his way, or will it be the hard-working Gyökeres, whose all-round contributions could tilt the balance in Arsenal's favour? This essay explores the historical context of the rivalry, current form of both sides, tactical dynamics, detailed breakdown of Gyökeres and Haaland, psychological edges, and predicted outcomes, all in a narrative that culminates in attempting to answer the central question: who comes out on top? Continue with Make Subscribe Please. Historical context of Arsenal versus Manchester City. To understand the significance of Arsenal versus Manchester City in 2025, one must first examine the evolution of both clubs. Historically, Arsenal were the dominant force, particularly under Arsène Wenger in the late 1990s and early 2000s. Wenger's Invincibles team of 2003/04 epitomised beautiful football, blending technical finesse with tactical innovation. Manchester City, in that era, were far from the elite, often hovering mid-table and overshadowed by local rivals Manchester United. The arrival of Sheikh Mansour's ownership in 2008 changed the trajectory of City forever. Backed by vast financial resources, City assembled squads that grew incrementally stronger, culminating in the hiring of Pep Guardiola in 2016. Under his leadership, Manchester City redefined English football with positional play, pressing systems, and a ruthless winning mentality. Arsenal, meanwhile, struggled in the post-Wenger years, enduring managerial instability and falling behind the financial and tactical powerhouses of City, Chelsea, and Liverpool. Yet, with the appointment of Mikel Arteta, Guardiola's former assistant, in 2019, the club began a long-term rebuilding project. Arteta instilled a mixture of tactical discipline, squad rejuvenation, and a renewed sense of belief. By 2022/23, Arsenal emerged as genuine title contenders, pushing City all the way before narrowly falling short. The rivalry thus evolved into a symbolic clash of master versus apprentice. Guardiola, the mentor with vast experience and silverware, against Arteta, the student with fresh ideas and a burning desire to dethrone his old teacher. Their head-to-head matches have consistently carried drama, tactical innovation, and implications for the title race. Memorable encounters include Arsenal's Community Shield victory on penalties in 2023, signalling their ability to compete, and City's dominant displays in previous years that showcased their superiority. As of now, the fixture is not just about points, but about a statement of who truly defines English football's future. Continue with Make Subscribe Please. Team form and current season narrative. Coming into this clash, both Arsenal and City are once again near the top of the Premier League table. Arsenal, buoyed by a squad brimming with youth and experience, have shown remarkable consistency. Their defensive solidity, orchestrated by William Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes, combined with the midfield dominance of Declan Rice and creative spark of Martin Odegaard, has turned them into a complete unit. The addition of Victor Gyökeres has provided the final piece, a clinical striker capable of converting chances while also pressing defenders relentlessly. Manchester City, however, remain the benchmark. Even after their treble-winning campaign, Guardiola has continued to innovate. The midfield mastery of Rodri and Kevin De Bruyne, coupled with the pace of Phil Foden and Jeremy Doku, ensures City create chances almost at will. Haaland's presence remains the difference maker, a forward who needs only a sniff of opportunity to punish opponents. Form-wise, Arsenal have shown resilience, grinding out wins even in tough fixtures, signalling maturity in their development. City, on the other hand, have occasionally looked vulnerable, especially when Rodri or De Bruyne have been absent, but their ceiling remains unmatched. Both sides enter this match with momentum, and the outcome could swing the title race significantly. Victor Gyökeres. The Arsenal weapon. Victor Gyokeres' rise to prominence is a story of perseverance. Having impressed at Sporting CP with his goal-scoring exploits, he secured a high-profile move to Arsenal. Unlike Haaland, Gyökeres is not just a poacher. His game thrives on hard work, intelligent pressing, and involvement in build-up play. Gyökeres offers pressing energy. He embodies Arteta's philosophy of defending from the front. Hold-up play, strong enough to bring wingers like Saka and Martinelli into action. Clinical finishing, a knack for finding space in the box and converting half chances. Work rate. His willingness to chase lost causes endears him to fans and teammates alike. However, his weaknesses include occasional over-reliance on physicality and sometimes lacking the ruthlessness in one-touch finishes compared to elite strikers. Yet, his adaptability and willingness to improve make him indispensable for Arsenal. In many ways, he is not just a striker, but the embodiment of Arteta's pressing and possession football. Erling Haaland, the Manchester City machine. If Gyökeres represents energy and versatility, Haaland epitomizes efficiency and inevitability. Since joining Manchester City from Borussia Dortmund, Haaland has shattered Premier League scoring records. His unique blend of size, pace, and finishing ability makes him arguably the most feared striker in world football. Haaland's attributes include unmatched movement, constantly positioning himself between defenders to exploit gaps. Physical dominance, almost unplayable in aerial duels and when running at defenders. Clinical finishing, left foot, right foot, headers, he converts nearly everything. Mentality, a relentless hunger to score regardless of circumstances. His weaknesses are minimal but notable. He can sometimes be isolated if supply is cut, and he does not contribute significantly to pressing compared to Gyökeres. Nonetheless, his efficiency means he can score from very few touches, making him a nightmare for any defence. Tactical battle, Arteta versus Guardiola. The tactical duel between Arteta and Guardiola will define the match. Arsenal's approach, likely to deploy a 4-3-3, pressing high, with Rice shielding the backline and Ødegaard dictating tempo. Gyökeres will be the first defender, pressing City's build-up and trying to disrupt Rodri. Wide outlets like Saka and Martinelli will look to exploit City's full-backs. City's approach. Guardiola could go 3-2-4-1 in possession, with Stones stepping into midfield, Rodri orchestrating, and De Bruyne feeding Haaland. City will aim to stretch Arsenal with width while isolating Haaland against Saliba. The midfield battle is crucial. If Rice and Ødegaard control transitions, Arsenal can dominate. If Rodri and De Bruyne dictate rhythm, City will create endless chances. Head-to-head, Gyökeres versus Haaland. Comparing the two directly highlights fascinating contrasts. Stats: Haaland dominates in goals per game ratio, while Gyökeres contributes more in pressing and assists. Impact: Haaland's presence terrifies defenders, forcing teams to drop deep. Gyökeres, meanwhile, forces defenders into mistakes with relentless pressing. Big matches: Haaland has proven himself in Champions League finals and title deciders. Gyökeres is newer to this stage but has shown he can step up in domestic clashes. Ultimately, Haaland is the more proven goal scorer, but Gyökeres offers a broader influence on Arsenal's system. Psychological and mental edge psychology plays a massive role in fixtures of this magnitude. City have the mental advantage of experience, multiple Premier League titles, and European dominance under Guardiola. Their players know how to handle pressure moments. Arsenal, however, bring hunger and the desire to prove themselves. Last season's near miss instilled resilience, and with leaders like Odegaard and Rice, they now exude belief. Gyökeres adds fresh fearlessness, while Haaland represents the confidence of a proven winner. Predicted outcomes and scenarios. 1. If Arsenal wins, they prove their title credentials, Gyökeres cements his reputation, and Arteta establishes parity with Guardiola. 2. If City wins, it reinforces their dominance, Haaland strengthens his golden boot case, and Arsenal's psychological hurdle remains. 3. If it's a draw, both sides maintain momentum, but the tactical chess match overshadows individual brilliance. Subscribe, please.